Welcome back. My name is Melissa and this is my channel, and we are currently unboxing the Breyer Advent Calendar together. It's been a lot of fun. We're creating a lot of fun gifts that we're going to put together for a big surprise for Zoe here once Christmas rolls around in a couple of weeks. So before we get started in talking about creation, let's check in on Zoe and see what she's up to. Oh, that's right. They had a big snowstorm there last night. So normally he's always at church on Sundays, but it appears that she is snowed in and can't get out. So her and Rosie are playing over there on the couch. Well, it looks like fun. Well, hopefully that they have a good day at home today. You and I are going to read the Bible and find out what happens on day 3 of creation. If you remember, day 1, God separated light from dark and he made day and night. And on day 2, what did he do? He separated the waters from the sky so we could have waters on the earth and the sky above. Let's see what happens on day 3. Then God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together in one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass and the herb that yields seed according to its kind. So what that means, it yields seed according to its kind. That means an apple grows an apple, and an orange grows an orange. The seeds that are in them grow fruit of the same kind of the fruit itself, where the seed came from. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the 3rd day. So now we have the water, we have the sky. God created dry land on this day number 3, and he started putting plants and vegetation everywhere. Sometimes when we talk about God making the earth, it sounds so simple. He did each of these things each day, but really he put a lot of time and work into it. And he put the seeds in the plants so that the fruit and the vegetables could grow themselves, so that those seeds would grow more fruits and vegetables as a way to help us eat, as a way to help the animals eat. He hasn't got quite to creating animals or people yet, so we'll see if that comes up in the next few days. It's kind of fun that he thought of you and me when he was creating those things. Whatever it is you love to eat, if there's a fruit or a vegetable you love, I bet he was thinking about you when he was making it, knowing that there would be so many boys and girls that would like those apples or bananas or oranges, or some of you probably like your broccoli and green beans maybe. We won't go down the whole list. Let's get on to unboxing and let's see what we have next in our Breyer Advent box. Okay, I'll pop this open and let's pull out. We have a couple of very tiny bales of hay. Aren't they so cute? So Breyer's kind of doing the same thing God did. They're creating all of the things that the horses will need to take care of them before we actually get a horse. We have a corral. We have hay for the horses to eat. We have a little man to take care of them. It's going to be fun to put this together in a few days for Zoe. Speaking of Zoe, let's check in and see what she is doing this afternoon. Oh, so her friend Rachel rode over. Rachel lives just a couple houses down. She probably rode her horse over since it's so snowy outside. And it looks like they are working on Zoe's hair. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I am excited for next time, tomorrow, to find out what God made on day 4, as well as to open day 4 of our Breyer Advent Calendar. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you later.